again, welcome to another edition. After a fantastic interview with Kelly Wilde on the last programme, I think I'm in the mood for this upcoming guest, and it is the return of an old favourite of the Key Secret Life. I want to know what he's been up to since our last interview on Series 2, but I'll get on with it because joining me on the line is a man who is more or less a good friend of mine now. I interviewed this guest back in February, and he is one of these fab lads who I dub the Gateshead lad of soul and passionate music. I've asked him how many times do I have to say that I want him and how many times do I have to say that I need him. Well, he's not planning on talking about when he left me because he's back on the programme to talk to me about a new mini album which is entitled From the Glass House Part 1, and his first new single, Wild Sun, is released exactly a week today on the 12th of October. He's a Newcastle Pride presenter and a regular to Dartsmans' Key Secret Life. I'm privileged to welcome back on air singer and songwriter and Pride World radio presenter Mr. Sam Dickinson. Hello, Sam.
Hello. Do you know what I've just realised, right? You put something similar on Facebook last night, and I didn't click with the lyrics. I just read it.
Yeah.
With the lyrics or anything like that.
I know, because when I came to Dickinson Street in Manchester, I thought I'm going to tag him in it.
I like that. I've just realised that.
How are you keeping, darling? Are you alright?
I'm good, yes, thank you.
Yeah, not too bad. Welcome back.
Thank you. I didn't realise it was February, you know.
Aye, for Series 2 I interviewed you on.
I can't keep track, that's all. You have a new series every week. You do.
No, it's just when my brain says that's enough, I thought, right, I'll do one more and then I'll let myself recover. And then...
You do a lot.
It just when the time's right, basically. Anyways, enough about me. Sam, tell us all briefly on what made music become a passion for yourself, and as well as a hobby, and how did it start off?
Do you know what? The thing with music, right, is what you've got to think about is as a person, when do you think about what's your first memory of music? Now, my first memory of music is getting in the car, going to school, is me. You know, my mum would put the cassette in the car. It would have all these people on. It would have Gabrielle on. It would have Everything But the Girl, Lighthouse. It would have all these 90s people on. You know, I'm probably slightly revealing an age there, but we'll not talk about that. You know, but
you said it, not me.
that was the memory. You know, you would get in the car and you would step off the train.
Yes.
You know, you would hear it, and that's where.
That's Tracy Thorn, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and that's where I think now the style of music that I do and I try to create comes from. It's not even that I think I know it comes from that. You know, it's that 90s, because it was the soulful British soul thing, and that's where it was at its peak, was in the 90s. Paloma does it now. Yes, I've been doing a mashup of In Excess. Yeah, there are so many people now that do this sound, and it's been there for years and years and years. But what I think it is, we're at this point where people listen to that growing up, and now there's a certain age group that want to recreate that music. Yeah, like take up from the people that have first came on to the music in the old days. If you think about how many of these people are still gigging, touring, releasing albums now. Well, look at Rod Stewart. He's just released a new album. Of course, and Rod Stewart is sitting at number 1 in the midweeks, by the way. I know. I'm amazed by that. He looks absolutely marvellous for 73. So yes, you have Rod. You have Gabrielle's released a new album this year. Yes, that's right. Every night releases albums now on every year and does a big huge tour on it. Lighthouse Family still tour of Tunde, who from Lighthouse Family still just Lisa Stansfield has released a new album this year, and she's touring. She's doing an American tour. All these people. So there's something there. There's something in that sound. There's something in that feeling of music. Yeah. So you know, when you write songs, how do you make them as good as you want them to be? Do you have a motive, etc.? Well, I normally sort of make the people that produce the songs a nervous wreck by being that demanding. Going into blind panic. Jehovah's Witness. No, it's not that. You know, it starts from how you want to write that song. Well, there's different ways to write a song. So, you know, I might get sent a backing track and then I go, oh, I've got a melody here, I can go from that. Or I might come up with lyrics first, or I might sit with someone with a guitar, we work on a song like that. So it's completely different for every song, but I think it's all, do you know, the key to writing a song that you want to write is knowing what you want to talk about before you write the song.
Yes, and make sure that you've got the key and the secrets to doing it.
Yeah, well, I see what you've done then, that was good.
See, I'm a smart cookie, me lad.
That was good,
Thank you very much.
No, it is, you know, if you want to write a really emotional song, for example, okay?
Yeah.
Now, it might not be a ballad, it might be something really upbeat, but if you want to write a really emotional song, you need to walk into that room on that day and know the topic you want to write about. If you walk into that room and you sit there, and I've done this before, and I've had some very, very good songs from doing this before as well, and you sit there and think, I'm not sure what I'm going to write about today. Well, it's not going to be an emotional song.
No.
It's going to be something else about something else, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's like the grass has just died off, for example.
No, it's...
Well, that's just a figure of speech.
I think what I find about songwriting is, if you want to do something really emotional, something really that touches the heart, then you need to know that you're going to write about that beforehand.
Oh, I was quite emotional, for example. Sorry, Sam.
If I was good, you know, and I've done, this is a little bit exclusive, this one, I've worked with a band called Cool Million.
Yes.
And they're probably the biggest soul band in Europe.
Really?
And there is a song on their new album that I mean, I've wrote it, but I've not heard the final version of it yet. And I'll hear at the back end of this month. The album will come out next year. But I sat there, and they sent me this track. They said, well, we said, you know, we're going to work together, which was it was a big coup for me. That, you know,
yeah.
We said we're going to work on this track. So they sent me this track, and it was really it's very mellow, but it had a nice little funk beat to it. And I thought, you know, and I wasn't feeling when I sat there, I wasn't feeling very emotional about it, like about it just in general, not the track, just in general. And I thought, you know, I'm going to do something political.
Oh.
So I ended up writing a song about how Trump and all these right-wing people are just going to, pardon the language, they're going to fuck up the world.
Aye.
You know, so I wrote about that. And then there's a song which is going to be the next single called All We Are, and I sat down there with a friend of mine who's wrote most of the singles that are going to come out in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And we sat there and we talked about, there was a drag queen who I was going to gig with this drag queen years and years ago, but you know, you stay on Facebook.
And keep in touch, yeah.
Yeah, and she'd done this gig, and it turned out to be this right-wing political rally. This went viral, I'm telling you, this went viral, and it went all over the national. She was on Sky News, BBC News, all of them.
It wasn't Miss Rory, was it?
No, oh God.
Miss Rory!
God, she should have been on there a long time ago.
Miss Rory, next Prime Minister.
But what happened was, right, is she turned around and said that I was going to do this. She said, I was wanting to be the force from within, if that makes any sense. You know, I was going to make a statement at that place.
Yeah.
Because there were people there and I was going to make that statement against them. So we wrote a song about that as well. So, but I wasn't feeling particularly emotional that day. It was just something that I wanted to write about. It was, you know, it was something that was in my mind, and it gives a bigger message anyway.
Yeah, it's not just about, like, crying and that. It's not really, like, feeling sad. It's all about happiness.
But you don't get that. I mean, you
occasional anger, of course, but...
You only cry for about 45 minutes in my show, so that's another 45 of fun.
Right, Sam dear. You've been described as the man who keeps on getting better and better by the fabulous Graham Norton. Have you made any TV appearances at all for the BBC or ITV, for example?
Not yet. I keep getting asked to do a certain event now. Several shows, and I've said no so far.
All right. You'll love this one. Tell us about your time when 7 million listeners listened to you on BBC Radio 2 bell out to When You Left Me?
Well. I don't know what to say. It was a funny thing because what happened with that song is we recorded the album, and we released 3 singles. And I think what happened is we recorded the album, and then we released How It Used to Be, and then a month later, Learn to Wait dropped. I released Learn to Wait.
Yes.
And it was funny because there was someone a certain guy that sort of followed me on Twitter, and I don't know how he got there, but he just followed. And
wasn't from Grindr, was he?
Well, who knows, love, eh? I've got a story about that as well. I'll tell you about that after this. Okay. So we were so anyway, where was I? I can't believe that's my train of thought. This is what you do. No, so anyways, I don't know how he followed, but he did. And he had sent a message, I like the song, blah, blah. And so I clicked on the profile, and it turned out he was a producer from Radio 2. I thought, oh, yeah, we need to get on this. So we released How It Used to Be, we released Learn to Wait. And he's like, yeah, they're not the right songs for Radio 2. We released Lift Your Head. He was very, very tempted at that point to do that. I would just put the bugger on. But didn't. It was like, oh, yeah, we're going to do that. And we sort of left it a little while, and then I sort of messed her right. This is going to be the single, which was When You Left Me, which was the 4th single to come out. And he just went, all I did was I said, this is coming out on this date, we're going to relaunch the album because we have remixes, we have acoustic versions, everything like that coming out. And I just emailed him, coming out on Saturday, it's going to go to 4 million people. Like, oh, great. But it even got better, didn't it? Because it was 7 million. Well, no, it was 4 million. Was it? It was 3 million in America on a different station. Altogether 7 million, yes, because they're different countries. Yes, and it was a specific LGBT show on this. It was on a really big station in New York. And New York's a huge city, you know what I mean? It's got definitely, especially the Big Apple. It's got 12 million people that live there, so it reached a lot of people. But the thing about the New York show was that it wasn't just a play, there was a full feature, the guys there, they talked about the song, they talked about me, they talked about LGBT artists, so it was quite an interesting thing to listen to. Yeah. Oh, right, so we talked about your singles and that, so this album coming up, which will be released, called, entitled From the Glass House Part 1. Yeah. Tell me, this must have... So again, sorry? No, what you saying, sorry? I'll start out again. So, your album which is coming up, which will be released entitled The Glass House Part 1, tell me, this must have took a very, very long time to write and produce as well as record. Well. It's a mini album. And I'm doing 3 mini albums. So I'm doing From the Glass House Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. And what we're doing on each EP is there'll be little... I want people to understand the thought process. Yeah. So there's a little introduction. There's 4 brand new tracks, and then the 5th track is an acoustic version of what will be the single from the next EP. Right. Yes. So if you think about Robin and Body Talk, that's what it's like. Robin is shaded every heartbeat. Yes. That's the one. I remember that one. So that's what it will be like. So what's happened is I've sat there with various people, and we've done 3 EPs, but there is an album that will come out after that called Off Script, and that's what I mentioned back on series 2. Yeah. Yes, and that album was written and recorded before the EPs, but the EPs should come before the album. When people, it sounds a little silly, but when people hear it, they'll understand why. Yes, true. Because the EPs, what the EPs are doing, they are bridging from my old sound to my new sound, and the new album is completely the new sound. Oh. So this is a bridging process where, because the last album was so Motown, so soul, so funk, so big horn sections, big vocals, all this sort of thing, we're bridging that.
Yeah, and it's took a long time. You've come all this way. I mean, despite it took me a long time, you've come all this way, and
it's taken 4 years.
Because it takes a while.
It's taken 4 years, but in the next 2 years there's going to be about 30 new songs people will hear from me.
Yeah. Tell us about anything that you can remember from any of your previous albums. Any stories that have occurred, like featured, like with songs, if you know what I mean.
Well, if you talk about the first album, I was just fucked over left, right, and centre. You know, that's what album was about. Funny, I felt.
You felt fucked over.
Oh, I tell you, that's what that one was about. But you know, like on the new stuff, I'm writing about different. The first album was a complete other relationship album.
Yeah.
And it was. And I'm writing about other things. Like now, I'm writing about anxiety, depression, which so many people go through, including myself. I'm writing about losing people that you love.
And it's good to get the message out as well, isn't it? Like depression.
Yeah, completely. Because do you know what it is? I thought when it originally happened, when he left me, it was on a high. I was being played on Radio 2. I was being played in America. I'd sold out a show in London, and I had some of the big record labels coming to that show as well, and I mean the big.
Yes.
And I just cancelled it all, and I just, I might look back about 20 years and think, oh God, why on earth did I do that? But it's a life process. It's life. Like life doesn't go how you're meant to go, and you can write. And that's why I'm starting, or I am writing about so many other things. I'm not just writing about someone that's messed you over. I'm writing about being in love. I'm writing about, you've lost someone that's so close to you that you can't deal with it. Or I'm writing about being happy or whatever. It's
a bit like Justin Bieber when he wrote "Love Yourself," and it was aimed at an ex-girlfriend or something because she kept putting him down, etc. And when I listened to the lyrics of it, I thought to myself, that's a really good way of venting out your anger.
But isn't that what music is about? Like what it's about.
Yeah.
I could write a song. For example, I could write a song about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But you relate it to A, B, C.
As simple as 1, 2, 3.
It's still so powerful.
Yeah. What's the next one? I can't see the thing here. Sam, I've asked you this before, but I've got to ask you it again. You know I'm going to ask you, don't you?
Come on.
You've been mistakenly mentioned that you appeared in X Factor. Do you still get that from people?
Not anymore, thank God. Not anymore. All I get now is, are you going to do Eurovision?
Would you never say never to X Factor?
I'll never say never to anything, but what I would say is that I think they may have the message I don't want to do it.
As you know, I was speaking to Kelly Wilde earlier, and I was telling her all about you, and I said you're an amazing singer, and I have told her to look you up. But have you listened to her music?
Yeah, Kelly Wilde I have before, yes.
She's never met you, but I've told her about you, and I think you and her should get to know each other eventually.
It's funny because we've done the same shows before, but we've always been there at different times.
Yes. It's because I remember shows at Pride, but you were there as well, but you weren't on the stage, alright, were you?
No, we've done several Prides before where we've been on together. It's just either she's been half cut or I've been half cut. It's one or the other.
She'll probably agree, like. Let's have a bit of fun with you, honey. Tell me, what's your favourite food and drink?
Oh God, food and drink, Chinese and wine.
Chinese and wine, like fried rice and that.
Well, a bit more than fried rice though. Come on, if you get the Chinese, let's do a proper.
You've got to have chips, you've got to have...
chips, you've got to have chow mein, you've got to have sweet and sour, you've got to have crispy chicken. Come on, don't give me that.
You can't eat the whole shot out, otherwise you'll sing Shakira and my hips don't lie.
Well, I'd have to do a big run the next day to be enough, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Sam, as well as food and drinks, hobbies, tell me, apart from singing, and obviously don't do Lorraine Crosby because that's exactly what you said to me. What's your favourite hobby apart from singing? Singing.
I don't have time for anything else. Come on.
Well, you're a daytime manager, so that keeps you busy.
And radio as well.
And radio as well. Sam Dickinson, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you again. Will you come on again sometime in the future and tell us how we've got on?
Always.
Thank you very much. All the best.
I'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's it for this edition. We'll catch up with Sam on a future edition of The K Secret Life. From the two of us, till the next time, goodbye.